So you don't even know what we're seeing.
No.
We got these like weird seats in the back on like
I gotta stay on
grandma
guard to
chairs.
sit in this chair. If I let go, I'm gonna slide out.
I took him to the theater and just bought some tickets to a movie he doesn't even know. He has no knowledge, bro.
It looks uncomfortable. It's like a woman kissing a dude, and he was like,
What do you think this movie is gonna be about?
a paralyzed man who's about to face some tough choices.
That's precisely what it's about.
Really?
I'm not gonna show you what this movie's about.
That means this movie's gonna be weird.
When you think of yourself, what do you see? Garbage?
Oh, yes.
You aren't anything.
Call the police.
What did you think of this? It was a great movie, dude. You got to admit that was a good movie.
It was a great movie. That was not the movie that was great for me.
This was an excellent movie, dude. This movie was. I'm all in the shadows. I'm tied in the shadows.
What was this movie called? Sanctuary?
It's called Sanctuary because that was their safe word.
I don't think it was safe at all. Jeez, this movie was not at all what I was expecting.
So I pre-ordered these tickets like maybe last week, and I was like, I'm not telling you what we're watching. We're watching something, and it'll be great. And then he was like, all right. So
I trust my friend.
And we went there, and I had a smile on my face.
And I saw Sanctuary. Is this what we're watching? And you were like, yeah. I was like, oh gosh.
So
golly.
Basically, this movie was great, dude. Like as a film, as a story, actors, characters,
as a
rating,
movie as a whole, this was an excellent
amazing.
movie.
A great indie. It was shot in one room, one like location.
Mm-hmm. It felt like a theater performance.
Yeah. So basically, to sum up, this plot is about this man. He's like he's about to inherit his father's business his father who just died. He's about to inherit the business. He hires this dominatrix woman.
Is either a dominatrix or a sex therapist?
I think she's a dominatrix.
She's a dominatrix essentially.
So basically, they don't ever like have sex. They just kind of like he just likes to be dominant. They never like sexual things happen, but she like at no point in the movie is she naked. Like she's fully buttoned up.
There's no exposure to anything. But all it is, is that where she's a dominatrix and he pays her to
dominate him.
Him. This goes on for whatever amount of time. It could be years, could be months. Eventually, the guy is like.
But I don't want to spoil the plot.
Basically, that happens.
It gets out of hand.
It gets out of hand once he wants to move on.
Once he's like, all right, I'm gonna get the company. It's gonna look bad if I'm seeing he's like, I need to be a man now. I need to be like, I can't be like relying on you. And then she's like, nah, that's not happening. And then this whole back and forth, it gets really like the whole movie is basically like a power trade-off. Like she has the power, then it switches and he has the power. Then they're kind of vulnerable. Then she has the power. Like it's this basically transference of power that just keeps happening all throughout this movie, and it's so well acted. And I honestly wasn't even sure if this movie would be good. I just thought it would be funny just to make him watch something disturbing.
Just to watch something wild, which
we saw this in an indie theater, by the way. Great indie theaters are so much better than normal.
They had an introduction, like treated like, yes, come on in, and we had make our popcorn and season it with certain ingredients, and it's coconut oil and all of this, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what I'm getting into. This might be a cult.
This is the same girl who played Mia in the live action Death Note, and she's playing the same role.
Character. She
was a dominatrix, like a teenage dominatrix in that one as well.
Essentially, but this has better writing. So what infuriated me in this, like in the Death Note, I was like, okay, this is going somewhere. This is pretty crazy.
Dude, this was an excellent film. Don't watch this if there's kids around.
Oh.
It's like it's one location. There it's just the room, the bed, and the hallway and the elevator. But like
I gotta say, this is
really good.
Would you consider this like a suspense film?
Yeah, it's very. You don't know where it's gonna go, but I will say, the ending kind of. It was great. This man was the biggest simp in the world. We were watching the movie. It was near the end, and he leaned over to me. Was like, "This man has no pit bone in his body. Such a frail-bodied, weak man." And I thought like, if I was tasked with like directing this movie, I would end it where he kind of gains some confidence and she learns to be more vulnerable. Like I thought, because of the transferring of power, it would be like he learns that he can be a person that doesn't need to be this way, and she can, because it went into her. It wasn't just him. It went into her insecurities and her issues.
It was kind of ended in a predictable kind of thing, and I was like,
And like the ending, it was just kind of like, oh, so we're just gonna stay this way. Like neither of us are gonna grow, neither of us are gonna change.
Just do the same thing, and that's.
Which I mean, it's not bad. If I was making this, I would make it so he kind of learns to
improve,
and she learns that she doesn't need to dominate everything. Like
right,
but it was good, man. It kept me on. It went by fast. It kept me on my toes.
Well, I liked how it had like a three part story where it had like segments.
Yeah.
Where like there would be like colorful fabric type of stuff in between the scenes to kind of like. It's almost like an intermission, essentially.
Yeah.
Which that was really cool. Yeah, that movie was something. I would say the stage or like the design of the home and all that was excellent. Like a lot of like little things, little details about it.
Great film, dude.
Great film.
Yeah, man.
I was so pissed. I was so mad about this movie. I was so upset.
Watch this with the nuns